going on? So today's September 11th, 2021. Of course, it's the 20-year anniversary of the Twin Towers. You know, never forget it, you know. Do we really go through all that to be at each other's throats now? That's kind of my thought, you know. I wish people could learn how to coexist and get along, stuff like that, but we had a bunch of heroes 20 years ago today. Well, today is Saturday. I need to make money. You know, I was off earlier in the week. I like to make 300, but my goal is 250 today. I made 238 last Saturday. So, of course, it's possible. Yesterday, I broke 300. I made 305.63. Of course, I had to work a long day to do that. No problem. It started out a lot better than it did Thursday, boy. Thursday was a grind. I had a delivery before I got off the highway. You know, which the day before I did get an order for 2 hours. Wasn't a bad order either. Paid $3 a mile. I think it had a hidden tip, and that was maybe the last hidden tip I got all day yesterday. That's not true. I might have got a couple here and there, but they seem to be way down. What's it like for you? Our hidden tips seem to be not as good as they were even a week ago. Maybe people were being nice because it was a holiday weekend, blah, blah, blah. So, 10 things I learned about making $300 all in one day. Number one, multi-apping. I made $80 on Uber Eats yesterday. Now, a lot of people say that they think Uber Eats has better deliveries and all that. I tend to think it's more that we're way more picky on Uber Eats. You know, I don't know about you, but I kind of treat it like the stepchild. You know, DoorDash is a lot busier, so it's my main focus, and I just have Uber Eats on to supplement DoorDash. So I'm way more picky on Uber Eats than I ever would be on DoorDash. And this week I'll probably make double or triple more than I ever have on Uber Eats. You know, so it definitely is viable. If I didn't, I would have had no chance at all of making $300 yesterday without Uber Eats. There's no doubt about that. So number two thing I learned from making 300 is that, yeah, any chance you got to make it 300, you got to work both rushes. You know, you got to work the lunch rush and you got to work the dinner rush. You're not going to get out of that in our market, you know, in St. Louis. I DoorDash in Chesterfield. Some people say it's not the greatest place, but I keep an eye on social media in all over the country and here in St. Louis, and I tend to make more money there than most. So number two, you gotta work both rushes. You want to make $300 in one day. Number three, gotta stay disciplined. Like, you know, Manchester Road, you know, it's unavoidable, but you don't want to live there. You know, it's just too much traffic. Today won't be as bad, but, you know, on Friday afternoon, it can be just monstrous. So I go in there, do a couple deliveries, maybe, and get out of there. And one of the times I was getting out of there, I usually pause DoorDash while getting out of there, and I did yesterday just to see what I would get. Someone was trying to make $300 yesterday. I get a delivery off of Clayton Road. I just passed the exit, right? So I have to double back around, wasted that gas. I get to the restaurant, and they tell me 20 minutes. Did all that extra work for no reason, and I cancel out the order anyway. You know, all that's going to do is make my acceptable rate, completion rate go down. You know, maybe I could have called support and all that, but I'm not doing that. My support, my completion rate's still 90-some%, so no big deal. And then the delivery I got was right back where I wanted to be. You know, so it's just so important to stay disciplined. Number 4, you're gonna have to grind. You have to grind. See, I drive the door. I have to drive. I live in the country, so I have to drive to DoorDash. You know, so I can't go home. I can't work the lunch rush, go home, and then come back out for dinner. I got to grind between 2 and 5, 3 and 5. You know, and sometimes it's rough. Like, yeah, I didn't get much after 2:30 yesterday, all the way to 5. I think I had about $125 in going into 5. You know, I wanted to have 150 in going to 4. You know, or at least by 5. And I didn't make it, so I didn't think there was much chance of making 300 yesterday because the day part of the day just didn't go as good as I was hoping. It was busier, but I didn't make all that much more money than I did the day before. It was dead. Kind of weird. But, you know, number 5, I guess, you know, what I learned, I need to be more willing to switch zones, especially I started getting deliveries, good paying deliveries going into Maryland Heights, Missouri. You know, 6 or 7 miles, paid $15. One of them paid $22. So, you know, it wasn't that they weren't worth doing, but at least I was going to change zones, and then Chesterfield came back and said, well, we got peak pay $3. Like, ugh, oh, shoot, I'm going to go back, you know? But the very last time I went back, that was really dumb. Because number 6 is, it's over at 11 o'clock. It's over. You know, other than Papa John's, it's over. It's over at 11 o'clock. So it's probably you and 20 other drivers than Papa John's, you know. We have regressed. I was just talking to my wife, and we both worked a midnight shift at a restaurant. You know what I mean? We worked a midnight shift at a restaurant, and that was 35 years ago or something. You know what I mean? Close to that. More than that. I think it was 36 years ago. We worked a midnight shift at a restaurant. And now, at 11 o'clock, it's over. On Friday night, it's over. It's over. Because that's what I did. I went to Maryland Heights. I delivered. It was right at 11 o'clock. But the peak pay was to midnight. So I came back, but there wasn't any restaurants open. McDonald's not open. Taco Bell not open. None of them were open. Jack in the Box not open. None of them were open. You know, and you might be saying, well, what are you even doing out that late? Well, because I had made $280 and I wanted to get to 300. And really, that's number 7. Is late night delivery worth it? I don't think so. I'll tell you why. People can order food from restaurants that are closed. That's why. 2 of the places I went last night after 11 o'clock, you know, were closed. Now, DoorDash, believe it or not, I made a delivery. What happened was that I was going home. I kept both apps on because I'm at 280. I'm like, man, I'd like to make 300 today. So, boom, I get a Papa John's order out of Fenton for $10.80, not very many miles. I go there, I pick it up, I deliver it. Boom, I get a Taco Bell order from DoorDash. It wasn't a very good order. It was $12 for 8 miles, but it was going to put me over 300, so I was going to do it, just knock it out and go home. I got there, restaurant's closed. DoorDash paid me $6, which great, you know. So I got $6, but now I'm still about $5 or whatever it is short of 300. I get a bad Papa John's order from DoorDash for $6.68. Goes to the hotel though, really easy. Knocked it out, and now I'm over 300. But I don't know for sure, because you know how Uber Eats is. This is one of the things that we probably all hate about Uber Eats, is that you don't get your tips told to you right away. Sometimes it takes an hour to get them. You know, I think I've seen it take more. So Uber Eats comes up with an order. I should know better. I was picking up at McDonald's. But not at McDonald's that I normally go to. So I shoot over there. They're closed. So, you know, 2 out of the 4 deliveries I took after 11 o'clock, the restaurants were closed. They only paid me $3, and I drove a lot further to get to that one. The other restaurant, I was kind of glad it canceled. It made the order a lot better. It was right on my way. So, for sure, number 8, late at night. We've already said I don't think it's worth it. But don't go driving a long way to get orders at fast food restaurants, because you don't know if they're open. Another thing I noticed, the McDonald's that was closed, there was a Taco Bell open across the street, and this was at midnight. They're the only restaurant open in the metro area, I guess. And there were cars lined up around the building at midnight, 1 o'clock. Well, yeah, it was midnight. So keep that in mind too. Late night delivery, I can't see that as worth it. You know, in the little bitty Mark Chesterfield Fenton Market, and I only usually do Fenton on my way home, and I usually don't do anything. I just keep the app on just in case. But I was determined. I was determined to make 300, and I did. But I probably wasted a lot of gas doing it. So. Yeah, Uber Eats only paid me $3. I had driven 6 miles, I think, or 5 miles to go to the restaurant. So at least don't drive a long way to a fast food restaurant late at night to pick up an order, because it's probably going to be closed, or it could be closed. Taco Bell for sure. The Taco Bell on Manchester, and now I know the Taco Bell in Fenton. They just close whenever they want. Both of them. They just close when they feel like closing. Number 8, you might have to take a couple deliveries you normally wouldn't. I took a couple under $5 yesterday too. Well, I should say 3, because one was a stacked order. It wasn't no tip order. They tipped, but it wasn't nothing to write home about. And then I took a couple other ones that were less than 5. Because they're only a mile away. I still don't know how I feel about it. But if I wouldn't have taken both of those deliveries, I wouldn't have probably broke 300. You know. I was on a mission, and that's going to be number 9. And I even said this yesterday. Hey man, if you're within $10 of your goal, don't do what I did. Don't stay out and late night, driving around to restaurants that are closed and all that to get it. Just go home. Tomorrow's another day. Yeah, that's number 10. Yeah, probably wasn't worth it. I probably should have went home. Well, here's what I should have done. The last delivery I made to Maryland Heights, and I didn't know everything was going to shut down at 11 o'clock, because I'm usually not even out close that late. I thought it was Friday night. It might stay open a little bit later. You know, like I said, 35 years ago, I worked the midnight shift at a restaurant. You know, at Hardee's. You know, not even a real popular restaurant. So You know, I just go home. But yeah, the last delivery that I took to Maryland Heights, the only thing I could have done was just switch those to Maryland Heights, and if they had stuff, I could have kept working. They have a White Castle, and I think they're still staying open 24 hours, you know, drive through only. And they've got a Papa John's there, I'm sure. I'm trying to think where it is. Oh, I know where it is. It's right on Dorset, right where the White Castle is. So they're almost next to each other. So that would have probably been the only real option that I have had. I'm blown away that the whole world shuts down on a Friday at 11 o'clock. I guess the bars are still open. I guess. You know, people still go to the east side. I don't know. But, so I broke 300. I'm glad that milestone's over. I seen a lot of people talk about it. I knew that last Friday I could have done it, but I guess I wasn't as close as I was last night. The peak pay kept me out a little bit longer, I think. And I don't know, I just need to make money at the end of this week because of the car repairs I had earlier this week and stuff like that. So I'm hopeful today's going to be a good day. That's it. I don't know what to expect out of today. I still think I might have missed a number in there. I'm still thinking the DoorDash app is glitzy right now. What happened to me Thursday doesn't make any sense. And then it got awful slow yesterday too at one point. Like no orders. I don't, you know, it just like goes down to nothing. And I really shouldn't count that as, like I talked about yesterday, sometimes you got to quit thinking about how much you're making an hour because we don't get paid by the hour. But if I'm going to think about that, I shouldn't count at least 2:30 to 4 as part of my hourly in my hourly wage. That's just kind of a break that I'm taking during the day. I really should just go ahead. That's when I should eat and stuff like that. Still trying to be healthy, you know. Yesterday the only thing I ate all day was a salad. I've already knocked out a salad today, and I'm going to try to work all day, stay busy all day, and then just eat a salad tonight. So, hope everybody has a great Saturday. 9/11, wow. That was a wild. 2001 was a wild year for me too. It's been a wild year. 20 years later, it's been a wild year. But that was something surreal, didn't it? Like I remember when the first plane hit, we all thought it was just a plane crash, but you know that it wasn't terrorism. It wasn't our first thought. It wasn't the first thought of the people on TV and all that either, really. But then, you know, once the second plane hit, we all knew. Yeah, that was it. Oh my God, we're getting hit. You know, and, can't imagine the heroes that gave their lives and that risked their lives to save people. And talk about it. We still do have some heroes.